Here we go again, y'all. Here we go again. I keep telling y'all when things like this happen, man. I believe that it's spiritual warfare, man. Well, it's not a belief thing, It's an I know thing. You feel me? I know this is spiritual warfare. When we about to go live and we about to deal with a sensitive subject, you feel me? And it just all of a sudden gets interrupted. That's what you call spiritual warfare, all right? So with that being said, man, y'all do me a favor, man. Y'all like this up. Y'all share it. Because this is most definitely about to be a dope live, all right? And I want to keep y'all updated on what we got to come as well, man, because we got some real stuff coming, man. Hopefully it'll be something all this month. I'm talking about something real this month, okay? But, with that being said, I'm going to give y'all some time, man, because I know I could be. And I am back on YouTube. I don't see it. Let me know y'all in here. Drop them names, like it up, share it, do something. Can't see y'all. I don't know what's going on. Okay, Sydney, Mindy, welcome to the live, goddess. There you go. Welcome to the live, goddess. I see y'all. Y'all coming through now. Monique Scott, welcome to the live. The Universal God, welcome to the live. Reflection. Zachary Waynes, thanks for the nines. Hey, Ruby Pratt, thanks for the nines. Hey, look, man. It's crazy. That was a big throwout. So I'm assuming that my audio was great. That was a great look. That was a big throw off, y'all. And Dale, welcome to the live, goddess. Welcome to the live, man. Thanks for the nines too. Y'all do me a favor, man. Y'all know we fighting with the algorithm right now. Okay? So if you in the building, man, please do me a favor and tap that like button, man. Tap that like button. And please don't forget to share, man. Please do not forget to share, man. That way people will know that we live, man. Hey, I find it funny, man. I just found out on TikTok, right, that they've been low-key on a slick side, muting all of my videos, okay, and basically stopping them from being pushed. So I had to go in and, I had to correct a few things. I keep telling y'all, when there's certain information that's being put on these platforms, they deem it problematic. It's certain things that they don't want to be said on these platforms. Certain information they don't want to be given out on this platform. And so with that being said, man, even with this one, we're going to tread lightly tonight. We're going to tread real lightly. Don't skip me, dang. Say hi to me. Trinity Scott, you killing me, man. Peace, got it. She say don't skip me, man. Say hi to me. LaGlinda Lucas, welcome to the live. Reflection. Andre Mitchell, welcome to the live. Felicia Moore, welcome to the live. I'm trying to wait, man. Y'all do me a favor. Pound that like button, like I say, share it up. But with that being said, man, I just want to say, man, peace to the gods and goddesses, peace to the ancestors, and peace to all of the high vibrational beings on the planet, man. Today, I'm sending you nothing but love and light.
Yeah, I'm about to expose every lie they done told, like how they trafficking kids and why they ain't got a soul. They feeding off our energy, trying to destroy the globe. They got weather control, they even making it snow. But we can't run from it, gotta grab it by the ant.
Now, I want to keep you guys updated on what's to come within the next week and a half. Not this Sunday, but the following Sunday, which is October 29th, man. We about to have an event of a lifetime, y'all. It's going to be the event of a lifetime, and I'm guaranteeing you do not want to miss this event. It's a free event, man. I will be sending out notifications, man, to give Facebook enough time to get these notifications to everybody that's interested in the event that's coming up, man. All right. And the name of that event is going to be It's Time to Take Your Power Back, man. So if you're interested in how you can take your power back, you most definitely want to tap in, man. I'm going to be running this trailer that I'm about to get ready to show you guys in the section all the way up until the point. It's also going to be getting ran on the God Why Not page, Chief Why Not, okay? So that, the people who follow him can join in as well, man. I believe that this is going to be a experience of a lifetime. And it's going to be something that, you most definitely going to want to learn, okay? I keep telling y'all, man, what's happening in the spiritual is spilling over to the physical right now. And it's time for us to stop being afraid of our own science and tap back in, all right? And so with that being said, man, I want y'all to go ahead and check out this trailer. Out of all of the mental powers, the most powerful and the most effective one is telekinesis. Telekinesis involves using your mind to affect physical objects. Nowadays, it's composed of your mind's ability to have an effect on time, space, energy, and matter without any recognizable physical means. Telekinesis is definitely an exceptional ability. It's so mysterious, you might be wondering if something like this could even really be done. You might even ask yourself if this is a skill that could be mastered. But ask no more. October 29th, I want you to join me and Chief Why Not of the Chief Why Not tribe. Why Not being the acronym for You Need Only Truth. He's a teacher of many things, but his main curriculum is divine knowledge of self, advanced meditation, mental healing, and telekinesis. So don't forget to hit that post notification icon so that you will be notified when we go live. And peace to the gods and goddesses. Ashay.
Yeah, I'm about to expose every lie they done told, like how they trafficking kids and why they ain't got a soul. They feeding off our energy, trying to destroy the globe. They got weather control, they even making it snow. We can't run from it, gotta grab it by the antler.
So y'all make sure y'all tapped into that, man. Y'all drop them names if y'all interested in that, man. Let me know y'all gonna be tapped in, man. And you know, it's always, you know, I feel like a wonder when we talk about these things, especially for the people who ain't really tapped in and don't believe these things are possible. Okay, but if you one of them who do believe these things are possible, man, then this is most definitely an event that you're gonna want to be there. You feel me? Because he gonna be giving out some jewels, man. He most definitely gonna be giving out some jewels throughout this point of time, man. And we're gonna be talking from a perspective of what is telekinesis, psychokinesis, aerokinesis as well. You have to understand that, you know, in my humble opinion, I do feel like that this is something that we should have been learning throughout the 13 years that we were being indoctrinated in Saturday's indoctrination facilities, which they want to call schools. Okay, so with that being said, man, it's time to get your power back and most definitely tap in, man. We ain't playing. Like I just said, you feel me? Like I just said, you know, it's something that's finna happen, y'all. You have to understand what's happening in the spiritual is spilling over to the physical. I showed y'all what took place just recently over Israel. Okay, it's not what you think it is, man. Stop praising the things that you have no understanding of. Okay, it was more symbolism than anything. Okay, and I'm gonna say that's allegedly. Okay, but let he who has eyes see clearly. Okay, I feel like that was a validation point. But like I said, man, y'all want to tap into this event. Sydney Mindy say we are the X-Men. That's big facts. That's big facts. Trinity Scott say I don't have no sound. Y'all drop them names. Let me know, do I have some sound here? Because Trinity Scott is saying that I don't have no sound. Okay? But other than that, man, we do have a good live tonight, man. We finna be tapping into a lot of things tonight, man. You know, it's a lot that has been said in terms of the reality that we are in right now. Okay? And so, you know, I've always told you guys that this is nothing more than an illusion. And everything that you're seeing that's taking place has been created because the world is nothing more than a big stage. All right? And so with that being said, man, we about to tap into the God Rizza Islam and see what it is that he has to say on the subject. I showed you guys, you know, a video with him on the Matt Hoffa podcast. All right. And it was a lot of you who actually liked the video and said it was a good podcast. So I said, why not, man? Let's go ahead and show this video again, man. So, you know, well, not this video again, but let's tap back into Rizza Islam and see what it is that he has to say. All right. So let's go ahead and tap in.
Oh,
you
yeah,
feel me?
yeah. I've heard about that.
Now, I will say this. I have not watched these videos, y'all. Okay. I just felt like the first video was good. We're going to tap into about 3 videos, man. Okay. And this one is going to be basically concerning, you know, us and how we've been heavily programmed. Okay. This is what this one is going to be talking on. Okay. Let me see. As I said, y'all, I ain't even watched the video, so this is going to be my first time watching it. And I feel like, you know, that's good for us, man. We can connect in this video and build together, you know. So let's tap into it and see what he has to say in terms of the programming that we have and how it is that we have been programmed.
The earth is flat. We're living in a dome. They control everything. Okay, well, they're controlling everything to a degree for sure. Food, water, clothing, all that. You know, mental manipulation for sure. The living in a simulation. Okay, I can take that in layers. Metaphorically, absolutely. Metaphorically, absolutely, because over 75% of the human population is not in present time mentally. You still stuck arguing with your baby mama. You stuck on that situation. You stuck in the fact that you didn't even want to put that cash in the bank account because you knew that bill was going to snatch it. You stuck in that, right? So you're on the train, you think about all this other stuff. You're not mentally where you are physically. You're gone. You're somewhere else. So in a simulation, yes, I would agree metaphorically, figuratively. But literally, I'll say it this way as well. There is a lot of programming taking place. Social media, television, etc. We are heavily programmed. I'm talking about in a way where most people could not even understand. Right. There's a reason why the United States government and military contract with Hollywood. Say this one more time. There's a reason why the United States government and military contract with Hollywood, because they know I'm not spending 15, 20, 30, 40, $100 million in my movie budget just to pay for people to act, just to make you laugh. That's not what I'm doing. Mental manipulation machines are what movie theaters are, because you can wholesale program an entire group of people at one time with one thought, one behavior, one specific set of programs. You can do that. You use.
I keep telling you. And see, you have to understand the reason that they do this is because they know that you manifest reality. See, when I look at these situations, man, I always look at them with my spiritual eye. I never look at them from the perspective in which it's being given from like the regular individual. You see what I'm saying? I always look at it with my spiritual eye. You know, I feel like, you know, the beings that we dealing with, okay, they're enabled of basically manifesting, you feel me? Because they're not connected to the realm that we're in. And so with that being said, in order for them to have the society that they want to stay in, they need you to manifest that, okay? And this is why they put the televisions in everyone's home, in my humble opinion. You see what I'm saying? Okay, because they need those televisions to feed into your subconscious, and so that you would, you know, go out and be a zombie, basically, and start to do what it is that they're telling you to do. Go get basically the, you know, the bank account. You know, the type of bank account, you should have that type of money in there. Drain yourself, because, you know, your energy is what's always the most important thing when we're talking about this realm, okay? So drain yourself trying to get that big bank account. Drain yourself trying to get that big home. You feel what I'm saying? Drain yourself trying to get that fast car. That's what it's all about. You see what I'm saying? And now you will never get outside of what it is that you want to do for yourself, because we got you inside of our system consistently draining yourself of your energy, and that's what's necessary in order for you to manifest your reality.
Now, people who are in movie production will tell you this. You use sound, use certain tones of images, and you use certain vibration of tone to inspire certain things. The dog gets shot. That's when the violin comes in. Mm-hmm. Oh my God! And the violin because that is pulling at that part of the mind, pulling at this part of the mind. It's very scientific. So the programming is very real. Yeah. But as far as what a lot of people, the classical, I'm gonna just say this because you know, if you can't prove it entirely, maybe you should pull away from it and actually find the actual facts. You can find things that prove what you're saying, but if you get kind of out there, because some of our people, you get way out there, brother. Right. Like, okay, now, you know, just all that stuff. So you want to stick to the things that you can prove for the most part. Right. And a lot of people are like, well, there's no way to prove it. It is, but don't be lazy intellectually. Find it. This stuff is out there. I mean, it's in books, it's in documentaries. There's a lot of people, a lot of whistleblowers. I'm gonna tell you all this. Everybody in the comments, please comment the word whistleblower. Start looking them up, because they're revealing things from inside the government. Yeah. That's why they go into whistleblower status, to get protected, because they are exposing things that they know they will be killed for exposing. That's what a whistleblower is. I cannot hold this. I have to tell the people. Edward Snowden is one of them. Right. Yeah. I cannot hold this. I must tell. How are we doing this to the people and they don't know? No, I can't. I have to tell the people this. Wow. That's why he's still in Russia.
Well, how do you check the validity of the whistleblowers?
Hey, you know what, Duke Jones? I kind of feel the same way. Like I was saying when I was doing this video, I felt like, you know, his hand symbolism, he was trying to, you know, let the people know that he had, you know, basically aligned himself with, that he was still inside of that system. You feel me? He was still with it. You feel me? And so, you know, I do feel like it, but I can't take away from the information. I do feel like that he's giving great information. A lot of the things that he's saying, I've said myself. So I feel like, you know, though he's connected to something, man, we still have to understand that even if he is telling a lie, it's always truth within the lie. Okay? And that's why I tell y'all, when you look for truth, you have to be a detective.
Well, normally the whistleblower, they're pretty thorough with they're pretty thorough. I will say the problem is they fall under the control of the media and how the media spins what they say. And the people sometimes fall for what the media says because they're very convincing. So sometimes.
Give me an example.
Well, I like what Edward Snowden, for example. Oh, he's a terrorist. He's a traitor. He told the American people they are recording every phone call. They're recording this many text messages every day, this many emails, this many. He went down. It's like, wait, what? I'm talking about. He came out in detail when people did not have detail. Just blanket statement. Y'all know they're recording. Okay, yeah, but no, this many. This organization, this is the name, this is the location. Mm-hmm. It's like, whoa. He came out with every specific, so much so to where he said, no, I have to leave the country. They're going to kill me if I stay here. I have to go. So he sought asylum in Russia. They allowed him to come in because he was giving up all of this information. They're like, you're a traitor because now our enemies know our tactics. Well, he's like, yeah, but you shouldn't be doing this to your own people because you're a traitor to the people. Right. See what I'm saying? It's a catch-22. It is. Right. It is.
I keep trying to tell y'all, bro. You have to understand, bro. First and foremost, that we were nothing more than an experiment to them to begin with. They experimented on us the whole ride, okay? Because, they wanted to have a civilized society. Because you have to understand that these beings that came in here, right? They're about conquering and, basically civilizing. But they didn't want that civilized society to be based on violence. So they want to give you the illusion that you were free. You feel me? So they had to go through mental warfare. And this is why they would invest that type of money in trying to get you socially engineered. They want to be 2 to 3 steps ahead of you. They want to feed your subconscious through the television. You see what I'm saying? They want to feed you and stunt your growth through certain foods. You see what I'm saying, though? So, and so that goes all into, as I was saying, like, how they talk about, in my opinion now, okay? But I want you to use discernment, you feel me? When they talk about how long someone has lived and no one has ever lived past a certain lifetime, that's because the genetic makeup of the food ain't going to allow you to live that long, okay? And that's in my opinion. Y'all drop the nines if you agree.
But so I get it. I get from what the government says about that to him, but then again, I get what he says. Which one is to the detriment of the people or to the betterment of the people? Which one is better? So there are a lot of whistleblowers who come out and reveal a lot of things that it's hard for people to believe it. It is.
The reason I asked about the simulation thing is because the thought was introduced to me weeks ago, right? And I just kind of waved it to the side. But then we went to Colorado, right? And we were in Boulder, Colorado, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. And we drove through this nice towns, nice and clean. The town was just well thought out, architecturally. And we stopped because I was like, yo, I'm hungry. You know what I'm saying? So we got out, we parked, got out the car, and we're walking through Broadway. And it just seemed like something from The Sims. I swear to God, like everybody was walking at the same pace. It was like, 99% white people, most in the same age range, right? All basically doing the same things, but the way they were moving,
robotic.
I just stopped for a moment and I was just like, yo, y'all see this? I told the KK and Aaron, y'all see how this looks? This is like a simulation.
Facts. I had that experience one time, man. And it was more recently, I want to say a couple months ago. I was in a college town, and I was crossing the street. And as I was crossing, they have these like signs out, where they tell you when it's time to cross the street or they tell you when not to. Well, ain't no cars coming. So, where I'm from, we just crossed the street. Everyone is just sitting there. And I'm like, man, bro, this is just major programming. And for me, these are the NPCs. They're alone the programming. Okay. If they said don't walk across the street at a certain time, we're not going to walk across the street at a certain time. We're programmed to do this. Okay. You have to understand where I'm coming from that. And it's major. And some people will look past it like, oh, well, they just ain't looking, or they just not walking across the street. These are law-abiding citizens, but you have to look at it for what it is. These are the bots. These are the NPCs, the ones that are basically soulless and are just here to make the movie look great. Okay? You ask yourself, would you stop and wait? Especially if it's not a car in sight. I mean, it's crazy.
That is different. And that does exist. That does exist for sure. That does exist. That kind of stuff does exist, where you have a cultural setup where this is, at this time they do this, at that time they do this, at this time they do this. The city knows it, or this county knows it. Everybody knows that's what we do.
Right.
That kind of stuff, that's more so of a cultural setup, you know, where the people live out their lives according to that specific set of rules and guidelines. They do that. Like over in the Middle East. In many parts of the Middle East, every single time for prayer, the adhan goes out on the speakers.
Right.
Stores, you know, you stop where you are for those moments for prayer. Dudes at the store, they pull out their prayer rug and start praying right there. That's the norm. Some people will go there and be like, yo, you see this?
I see what you mean.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's the cultural norm. It's a religious and cultural norm. But then they'll come out here and they see the crazy stuff we do and they're like, y'all see this?
Yeah.
But see, I feel like that's how they get you, talking about the religious and the cultural norm. Okay, and see, that's how they get you to obey them without, that's the mental manipulation. You see what I'm saying? They make you think it's the cultural norm and it's what you're supposed to do. Well, it's a lot of people that don't want to do it. That's the fact. Okay? So when you get it, when you start talking about that, then you talk about, man, how, you know, man manipulation and how they want to force you to be inside of the program. You feel me? And some people enjoy it because they are the NPCs.
So
Right.
that kind of stuff does exist. But the simulation that I hear people talking about is more so like, no, this is not a real world. You know, we're in the Matrix.
Gotcha.
We are figuratively, metaphorically in the Matrix for sure. For sure. But I'm not strapped into no damn machine. See, like, we got to get this. Hey, now, come on. God dang. We just got to, brother, you was right there. You was right there. And you
went over.
You went over, you know, so.
All right. They say
Now, when he says something like that, for me, it's an insult to people like Billy Carson, people like myself, being one, and just anybody else who believe in, you know, the teachings of the Dogon and how they, you know, taught that, you know, we did live in a light simulated matrix that was basically dominated through a drinker codes. And those drinker codes would be the same like error codes that you would get in a computer if you was to be dealing with any type of laptop, desktop, so on and so forth. So I feel like, you know, it's all, but then again, he is entitled to his opinion, but I feel like, you know, it's the way we do things.
in war you have to think like the enemy.
Yes.
I want to ask you some questions from the perspective, I want you to answer from the perspective of the elites or the people who do set up these programs to keep our people down. Why depopulate the earth?
Too many people are not going.
Now look, somebody said, how do we always distinguish the fake from the real one? First of all, discernment. You have to be connected to it, man. You know, when we talk about being an imp, having empathy, connection to something, so on and so forth, then you can be able to tell, you know, the fake from the real. All right. But what, you know, if he is an agent, I would say that this is what you would call COINTELPRO, control opposition. Okay. This is control opposition, y'all. They gonna put somebody in the inside, make him look good, say all of the right things to make the people get up and go, to make the people believe, while at the same time still planting little seeds here and there to lead you astray. Okay. And I'm not saying that he is, you know, control opposition. I'm just saying if that is the case, because in my opinion, he does do a lot of, like, you know, crazy hand gestures. You know, I don't know if it's him doing it purposefully or, you know, if it's just something that he does. But I feel like, you know, him being in his position and talking from the perspective in which he's talking, man, he needs to be careful in terms of, or he needs to always be consciously aware of what it is that he's symbolizing through his hands. You know, that's my opinion.
To abide by what we want them to do. So therefore we have to get rid of those who will not comply. Simple. They're a problem. As you said, get them out of the way. They're going to influence the others, and therefore the others are going to come together and they're going to come against us. The Holy Quran says it, the Bible says it, it's mathematics. We have to get the people, troublemakers, revolutionaries, etc., out of the way, deal with those who will comply. Simple. 3 or 4 billion people roughly is the estimated number that they say they want to get rid of. 3 to 4 billion.
Hate that Michael is being used on that one. Get him out the way.
That's a lot.
National Security Study member.
So then my question would be, how many people do we actually have on the planet? If you're in the comment section and you know how many people there is on the planet, then we could determine how many people will actually be left over, because he said 3 or 4 billion. Now, like I said, I can't confirm any information that's about that he's saying, but I will say, I want to know if that's anywhere along the lines of the truth. Y'all let me know, man.
Memorandum 200, for those who need some references. Oh, he's just talking. Okay, NSSM 200, specifically that was authorized under President Richard Nixon and Gerald Ford. It was written by Dr. Henry Kissinger, the 32nd Secretary of State under President Richard Nixon and Gerald Ford. He stated, quote, "Depopulation should be the highest priority of U.S. foreign policy towards the third world," end quote. 1974. It was supposed to be for foreign policy, but they started to do it locally as well. They had 13 nations originally on there, where they said these are the nations that have to adopt our birth control policies, our GMO foods, and different things before we can give them aid. If they have a hurricane, if they have an earthquake, in order for them to receive help from us, you need to adopt these policies and put them in your government right now. Then we will go ahead and help you. That was way back then. Still what America does to this very day. And that's just one. Global 2000 is another one. I can keep going, but
and it's 8 million on there, and they want to get what did he say, about 4 or 5 million? So they hoping to reach the goal of about 3 million people on the planet. And if you do all this to get the planet down to 3 million, I would say that's, in my opinion, that you're gonna want to try to keep it there, and you're gonna do anything to try to keep it there. So at that point, it's gonna be regulations on how many kids you can have, so on and so forth.
Those are two major ones that were adopted as official policy. Jimmy Carter, Richard Nixon, Zbigniew Brzezinski. Read the book, The Grand Chessboard. Zbigniew Brzezinski stated, quote, "In earlier times, it was easier to control 1 million people than to physically kill 1 million people. But today, it is infinitely easier to kill 1 million people than it is to control," end quote.
You heard? Do your homework.
That was the advisor to the president.
Okay. This technology exists that controls the weather and earthquakes.
We're going to get into that. Let's see if technology exists, that, because, we talk about assimilation and things like that. That's all a part of the assimilation. Okay. So, you can't talk about assimilation and not talk about the possibility of there being technology to create, that helps the assimilation look real. Okay. Trinity Scott say he's a teacher. Y'all, how many teachers or parents you see using their hands when teaching? Oh yeah, I most definitely agree, Trinity. But I'm just saying, what type of teacher is he? He's a conscious teacher. I'm not telling you not to use your hands when you teach, but I'm saying you have to be aware, because you out here teaching signs and symbols. You out here, if that is what you're teaching, which I don't believe that he's teaching, because if he was, then that would be the last thing that he would do. You feel me? But he got to be conscious. You can't be out here saying that you conscious and then you still out here doing certain things. So since I do know that you're conscious because you're very intelligent, okay, and you speak a lot of truth, I would have to say, if you're throwing those signs up, then you're consciously aware of what you're doing. Drop them nines if y'all agree. We just dealing with what truth is. You feel me? Somebody say 4 billion, 8 million. Who was that? And Dale Watson, you say 4 billion to 8 million? 4 billion, 8 million people on the planet. Angela Williams say, man, we need land. We need land in the country. That's it. That's all. I feel you on the Angela, but I just had a discussion with somebody about this. I keep telling y'all, man, when it comes to getting land, man, you have to be very careful. We seen this happen in Malachi, New York. Okay. And Nature Boy as well. We see him go out in the land and take people with him. And now all of a sudden, there was an attempt for them to be looked at as an occultist, or either they're being called an occultist. Even with Rashad Jamal, we seen the same thing. So when we talk about going to get land, if you're a powerful person or you're a powerful people, then you have to understand that they're going to put somebody in there and they're going to try to distort the image. Okay? They're going to try to make it seem like you're an occultist. You feel me? Because they don't want you getting up. They need to do anything to try to, bring down whatever it is that you're trying to build up. So, I tell people when it's time to get land, man, be careful with that. They ain't going to take that lightly. You feel me? And if they have to, they're going to bring the army in. So then you have to figure out how it is that you're gonna keep your people safe. You feel me? So, yeah. But yeah, let's dig into this.
HARP is the organization that uses that technology for sure. Aside from HARP, that deals with weather modification, weather control, cloud seeding, where they inject certain things into the clouds to make them rain down with certain chemicals or whatnot, whatever it is they inject. Outside of that, you have direct energy weapons. It's another thing that people in the military know about. DEW, DEW weapons, or direct energy weapons, where they shoot laser beams, for example, to start fires, where they have military tank-like vehicles that they use for rapid response to break up riots, where they have these huge metal plates that come up on the top of the vehicle. It sends a controlled laser beam onto the plate. It bounces off into a large crowd, and it makes you feel like your skin is boiling. Right? That's a direct energy weapon. This is a very high grade of thing that they do, and they're very advanced. Aside from that, you have something called DARPA, the Defense Advanced Research Project Agency. It's part of the U.S. government that deals with robotic technology, robotic snakes, robotic dogs, robotic mosquitoes, robotic hummingbirds, robotic bees, robotic flies, all these different things. They have it. They've been had it for a long time. They've been utilizing it quite well.
It's probably wasn't little.
Hey, I believe that because we see a lot of these birds, right? They be sitting right on the electric line, okay? And I ain't saying that the electric line should frown or nothing like that, but I'm just saying, why are you sitting on the electric line? I mean, it'd be a gang of them, y'all. Thousands of them just sitting on the line. You would look to the left, it'd be some sitting on the line, and then some sit on the line to the right. Y'all do me a favor. If I have you here, go ahead, please like this up and share it. If you're on YouTube, do not be afraid to pound that like button for me, y'all. Pound that like button for me. Yeah, you feel me? Like, you have to be fake, bro. Ain't nobody. And you know, when we do the research, we heard Rashad Jamal speak on this. We heard other people speak on it as well. You feel me? But they've been saying that the birds was fake, y'all. The insects are fake. You know, have you ever been in your house, man? You doing something? This is a bug that just won't stop. Especially if you spiritual, that bug just won't get off you. You trying to tap it? You like, get up off me. You feel me? Whole time, bro. That be them. That be You know, if you a chosen one, man, and you a targeted individual, man, you understand where I'm coming from, because then you understand that you're targeted on many levels, from a frequency level as well. You feel what I'm saying? So, yeah, when I talk about spiritual, I get in it.
Red bugs that came out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
No,
real talk.
Those bugs that they saying there's an influx of them in the country, and you got to kill them as soon as you see them.
Mm-hmm.
They came out of nowhere. I never seen them.
I don't think they tell you to kill their.
I mean, that's what the news said.
Machinery, bro.
But they came out of nowhere.
Like, yo, run the budget up.
Right.
Yo, I don't know, man.
They do exist, though, brother.
No,
they exist.
But those things.
Hey, and that's the sad part. The news said they came out of nowhere, and they expect us to believe it. They think that we stupid. Like, let that sink in for a minute. They really think that we stupid. They think that we so stupid that they could come out here and just tell us anything, and we'll believe it. And if you don't believe it, oh well, that's our story, and we sticking to it. It's crazy. But then they give you the false illusion to make you believe that you're the one that's really in charge, and you're not. Do you think if it was the other way around that you would be able to go in there and say, well, you know, it is what it is, and fuck you, basically, if you don't like it? You feel me? They wouldn't be, man, come on, man. They're not going to let that happen like that. It don't make sense.
Those bugs destroy crops, and people believe they were sent here by another nation that I won't mention, because y'all not going to get me caught up in this bullshit.
Good job. Good job.
I mean? Why keep the black man?
And look at him. He's saying, y'all not going to get me caught up in that. Because, you know, man, I'm going to say allegedly. I just get the impression that, you know, when you're a part of something, man, you don't want to get, you know what I'm saying? Why are you afraid? What reason do you have to be afraid of if you're not connected to that? You see what I'm saying? And I really do feel like, you know, that's why all of the signification was happening. Because when you have somebody across from you that don't really know your background, your story, so on and so forth, they may do, then, you know, there's going to be times throughout the interview where it might get a little deep and you may say something that may make them afraid, right? To the point where you have to give them a signifier and say, hey, it's cool. I'm with you. I'm one of you. You see what I'm saying? Calm down. It get like that. You see what I'm saying? And I feel like in certain situations, this could be one of those situations. or in any situation when it's like that, it could be that situation. Y'all drop them names if y'all agree with what I'm saying. I mean, don't leave me hanging, man. Let me know what's on your mind. You see what I'm saying? Like, this is the stuff that we have to watch for. You know, we dealing with spiritual warriors. You feel me? When you understand that the Most High ain't give you the spirit of fear, but one of love, power, and sound mind, then you move different. You move different, bro. I'm talking about that inner God that's in you, bro, ain't gonna even allow you to move like that no more. It's different. You feel me?
Yeah.
Because we'll take the planet back righteously. Righteously.
Righteously.
Not the way y'all did it. And that's where the hate comes from. And by the way,
Now, when you say righteously, do you mean righteously?
oh, here we go. Here we go.
I'm just saying.
You know what I'm gonna address?
Do you mean
That is
righteous?
funny.
That is not
Oh,
where
that-
GPS said we were going with that
That is
conversation.
funny right there.
Me and my man, we had a
Yes,
Hits
brothers
Blunt
who-
moment.
Yeah, yeah.
And he
That's
came
funny.
up with this thing. He was like, "Yo, bro, they gotta do something to us, because we will literally fuck niggas out of existence."
This is a fact. Dr. Francis Cresswellsing, who said that white people, particularly the evil racist white folks at the top who control this thing, are fighting against genetic annihilation. In her book, The ISIS Paper, she talks about that the real thing that this white man is trying to fight against is his existence being over.
Hey, and we always seem to get back to genetic annihilation over here. Because you have to understand, bro, that that's what it's all about. So we touched on this topic yesterday in our live, right, where I was telling you that, well, I don't know if it was yesterday, but I think it was a couple days ago that I was saying that when we talk about a group of people that wants to get rid of the carbon footprint on the planet, then you have to really think deep about that, okay? Because it goes back to the 9 etherical genes that's necessary to create life on every level of existence on this planet. Okay, so when I tell you that you are everything and everything is you, you have to understand that the reason for that is because your genetic makeup is, you know, the same genetic makeup as everything that is original to the planet. The trees, the grass, the air, if the air is original to the planet. Okay, and I say if because we know that it's a lot of shit playing out in front of our faces that's being hidden in plain sight. You see what I'm saying? So I just say, you know, when they talk about getting rid of the carbon footprint, then you have to understand that, you know, it's more than just getting rid of the so-called black man. It's about destroying the planet. It's about destroying the planet. Y'all drop them names, man, if you understand where I'm coming from. When you say you want to erase the carbon footprint, and everything that's natural to the planet is actually has some form of like carbon base to it, then guess what? You're talking about completely destroying the planet. And that's what happens when you remove the sun, the giver of life. When you block it out, you destroy the planet because the giver of life is no longer there to, you know, nourish the planet. You see what I'm saying? So now there's no food. No, nothing. Because the planet isn't getting what's necessary in order for it to yield the food. So this is why I always get back to that. We have to ask ourselves, who is these people that we're dealing with? Can we say that this is someone that eats, sleep, and shit the same way that we do? You see what I'm saying? Can we say that? Because when you really, really sit back and you use, I say common sense, because we have to use common sense. See, that's the problem. A lot of people don't use common sense no more. They've taken it away from us. You see what I'm saying? When you use common sense, bro, any person or any body that will be considered to be, you know, human should know this. Why are we going to get rid of the planet? Hundreds, thousands of people, millions of people will suffer. We won't have the food to feed them. And in my humble opinion, I do think that this is where we going with this. I know I'm kind of off topic. I do think that this is what we going with this, y'all. This is why they want to create all these fake meats. They want to try to preserve the food longer, so on and so forth. Because I think the overall plan is to block the sun out. Okay? Especially, you know, that, you know, with seeing this out, we're starting to see another one come into our atmosphere. There's plenty of people who've gotten on these social media sites and showed you the second sun that they've witnessed or recorded coming, you know, into the atmosphere. You don't think that's coming? Dig within. Dig within. That's coming next. It's a lead up. We going somewhere with this. Y'all have to understand that. It's a lead up. It's going somewhere. Everything that's happening right now is all leading to something. Y'all drop them names, man. Like, come on. It's all leading to something.
They are now dying faster than they're being born. In roughly every state, their birth rates are dropping tremendously. More of them are dying than are actually being born in the majority of states. They had something on CNN called the Vanishing White American.
Now, let me just, I want to take this back just a little bit so we can get back on to what, on topic.
Annihilation. In her book, The ISIS Papers, she Dr. Frances Cress Welsing, who said that white people, particularly the evil racist white folks at the top who control this thing, are fighting against genetic annihilation. In her book, The ISIS Papers, she talks about that the real thing that this white man is trying to fight against is his existence being over. They are now dying faster than they're being born. In roughly every state, their birth rates are dropping tremendously. More of them are dying than are actually being born in the majority of states. They had something on CNN called the Vanishing White American. Wrote about it in my book as well, chapter 6 on depopulation. They talked about how, quite literally, more and more every year, other demographics of people are having more children. And that is something that if you look at it, let's say you are a white man, the racist evil dude at the top, not every single one of them, but let's just say at the top, my existence is becoming smaller here. I want to keep the power and control that I own, this company, this empire, etc. And I want to give it to my son, grandson, etc. But my granddaughter's with Tyrone now. Hope y'all hear what I'm saying to you.
Right.
Bill Gates' daughter is messing with a brother.
Right. So is a Rothschild.
I've seen this happen. I've actually seen this happen, y'all. I'm talking about, when we talk about the way that they build wealth, okay? And look, I want y'all to understand, bro, that, I don't have any feeling towards, any specific culture, right? I'm just saying, the way that they build wealth is different, bro. If they family has a wealthy, has money, okay, and then, someone marries outside of, what they would consider to be someone that they want to be associated with that wealth, then they will take their daughter out of the will or their son out of the will, bro, with no problem, bro, because they don't want that money being disassociated with what they would consider to be trash. And it really gets stuck. It gets stuck. So I feel like, yeah, he hit it on the head.
You're right. Yeah. It's not a happy thing for the people in power to see that, because they see their power slipping away. Because you can't indoctrinate this brother now with your mentality and keep it in the family. That's not where it's going. You are going to be bred out of existence because our genetics are dominant. Theirs are recessive. And of course, Gregor Mendel or Mendel's law states you can get the recessive from the dominant, but you cannot get the dominant from the recessive. Meaning you can get white from black, but you cannot get black from white. And at that point, when you start looking at it from that perspective, now you realize why there are certain evil people who think the way they do. It ain't got nothing to do with just how I feel. I am not going to exist. It may be 100 years, maybe 50. What they have stated, the United States Census Bureau has stated that by the year 2042, America will be a majority brown country. Now, by the way, I think they're going to speed that up because you have all these immigrants coming in from all over the dark nations. Maybe a lot sooner than that. And the reason for them bringing them in has nothing to do with them wanting to integrate with their population, but it has a lot more to do with political moves and taking over the jobs and a lot of different things that they can control because America, freedom, and they gave me this opportunity. Negro, get out the way. You've been lazy. You've been here this whole time, blah, 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 so that I can be used against you. It's a whole lot of, it's a layer to that. But yes, so genetic annihilation.
Shout out to all my Venezuelans. We love you.
Hey, and I've asked anybody, to go get that book, Keys to the Color, man. It's an important book because he most definitely gets into, why it is that they put so many churches inside. Well, they put churches inside of the community. They put liquor stores inside of certain communities, so on and so forth, right? And then it also digs into, a little bit of symbolism. You know what I'm saying? So, it's important for you to understand that this is why they're doing these type of things, because they want to ensure that, in certain communities that, you know, they don't thrive. They don't thrive. You feel me? And so this is why, you know, we got the liquor in the community. Whether you believe it or not, they understand, you know, that there's demons in the liquor. They understand that the music, if it's not at the right frequency, is going to cause your chakras to become unaligned. And then that message, the demonic message that's being given from the music, when you got rappers saying, go shoot them up, bang, bang, go sell drugs, so on and so forth, it's able to attach to your vessel then. And because your brain is made up of majority liquor, I mean, not liquor, look, y'all got me talking about liquor. Now, your brain is made up because of, your brain is made up of majority like water. It rattles it, and that beat also causes you to become under a hypnotic state. And this is why, have you ever been like around, if you ever been around like a certain type of music, and you in a certain mood, it makes you want to, if you hear Chief Keef and he's talking about go shoot something up, it make you want to go shoot something up. If you hear Megan Thee Stallion and she's talking about being promiscuous, it makes you want to be promiscuous because of all those elements. You see what I'm saying? Combining with each other.
We are not the enemy.
Yeah, I'm not talking about the yeah.
What are the ways that you would control the population of black people?
You start at the basics: food and water supply. Boom, boom. You toss in a high level of atrazine and paraquat in the water supply. They've done it. California produces roughly 30% of the crops that feed America. What is atrazine? It's a chemical that's produced by Syngenta. What does it do to the male? Heightens femininity.
Hold on. We're going to get back to this because the God is saying something right here. Oh, she most definitely saying something right here. Casey, what's her name? Cassie Marie. I think that's her name. She's saying something right here. She said, my humble theory is that it is for control and to enslave the masses. God created a natural world that we live in, the natural world that we live in. If God is nature, then Satan is technology. You hear me? Because guess what? I feel like she's going somewhere with this because, look, technology goes against nature. If we want to put it in that, y'all like this up and share it, man, while I got y'all here. You feel me? She says, if you notice, they are using technology for electronic tracking in every way, from your health to your wallet, everything in between. That's facts. Carbon footprint is an excuse to keep tabs on people to control what they can and cannot do. In China, they have something known as social credit score. If you don't stay within the confines of what you're supposed to do, it affects your score and then has consequences on what you can and cannot purchase. Yeah, I'm very familiar with that. And that's something that they do want to bring over here. They want to bring the social credit score over here. So when you talk about people like me, I ain't going to be able to purchase nothing. But you have to ask yourself, why is that necessary? Why? We've gotten into that a little bit, you know what I'm saying? So she say, if you don't stay within the confines of what you're supposed to do, it affects your social credit score and has a consequence on what you can and cannot purchase. They do not care about this earth that God has created because they are evil and hate God. They just need to feed us a lie as to why all this stuff is necessary so they can control your every move. Oh, that's big facts. You feel me? Because they don't want everybody to get up in an uproar. They feel like, everybody's going to start to turn chaotic. In my opinion, we don't have to do anything. We don't have to fight. I ain't got to bust nobody's head. You ain't either. All we got to do is walk away from the monetary system. That's all we got to do. You feel me? So, with that being said, you have to understand this too, that they're not from this planet. They're not from it. They have no connection to it. That's why they don't care how they treat it. Now, I will say that it is a lot of them that's starting to begin to have that connection with the planet. And those are the ones who's going to ascend because they're doing the work. You see what I'm saying? Those are the ones that's going to start to ascend. But the rest of them, man, I hate to say it, it's over with. It's over with.
Femininity attacks the testosterone, shrinks the testicles. Who has come out with this? Biochemist by the name of Tyrone B. Hayes, University of Berkeley, where he has literally blown the whistle on this. They tried to kill him. They threatened to kill him and his family. And he said, this is something I've been studying for over 25 years. At this point now, it's roughly over 30 years, where he has literally gone into the level of atrazine in the drinking water. And he said at 1 part per billion, this right here could feminize over 3,000 tadpoles in one bucket, one drop. And if that can do the same thing to males, human beings, then this explosion in homosexuality may not just be people born that way.
Right.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Right.
Attack the food and water supply. Why? Because those are the essentials for life. We need food, we need water. Okay.
And you know what I feel like he does? I feel like what he does is he sit back and he pay attention, because I don't ever see him being connected. But you know what? I'm not a big follower of him like that, to be honest. I never see him actually connecting with the people of the community. So I think he sits back and he just, taking the information, then he regurgitates the information in a great way. He says it professionally, so on and so forth. You feel me? Do I feel like he's ever been affected by it? No. And that's why I feel like some people, they ain't great people. They not great for the people. Because if you ain't never been I feel like if you have never been a targeted individual, or you ain't a chosen one, bro, you the wrong person to get up and speak for the people. You feel me? Because I feel like there's no connection to it. There's no sincerity in it, because there's no connection to it. And you know what? That's just how I feel. Y'all let me know how y'all feel in the comment section, man. I mean,
after that, you destroy the morality. You destroy the gender roles. Make women men. Make men women. Convince them that they are men and women, even though quite literally you're not. You never will be. Doesn't matter how much you chop up, mutilate yourself. It does not matter. Out of love, sincerely, it does not matter. But make them believe such, and then have them attack one another. Why? Because
Toaster Wilson say he has been targeted big time. I say maybe I'll be wrong, Maybe I know he said that. I know I watched an interview with him saying that the FBI came to his door one time. I know at one point he was sincere. He was sincere in terms of what he was delivering, because he was banned from the internet. Now he's one of, like, I want to say, the top 10 people that was banned from the internet. He couldn't go back to the internet. Okay. So I know at one point he was sincere, but what does strike me as funny with him is the hand symbolism. Also, I feel like we're just now starting to see a lot of him, because at first I couldn't find a lot of footage of him.
the goal is what? Depopulation. So I'm going to let you wipe yourself out, because I'm tired of talking to y'all. So I'm going to just chemically castrate you.
Sydney Mindy say that means he's spitting truth. That could be. But I see him more off, now he's more publicized than ever. So, I mean, that could have mean that he just ranked up a little bit too. You see what I'm saying? I mean, this is a well-polished brother we looking at right here. Well-spoken, well-etiquette. You see what I'm saying? So, when we talk about someone, that's, and I know your image is everything, but I'm just saying, we talk about someone that could possibly be connected to that, it would be him, I feel like, don't get it twisted. It's okay, man, because we live in the matrix to do what's necessary to get it. And I believe as long as you're not chasing it, but manifesting it, that makes it even better, right? But when you would do anything for it, bro, when your focus is surrounded around money, that's when it becomes detrimental.
And watch you fight.
Because then you willing to, you willing to say, okay, well, I'm willing to give the community away a little bit. 500,000? 500,000? Right there. In that bag, right there. Okay, yeah, you know what? 500,000. I think I am willing to, get the community up a little bit, just a little bit, man. I get some niggas up over here, but I ain't giving nobody up. I ain't getting nobody up. You feel me? They'll do it to you. Yeah, Cole say he from the Church of Scientology. Can't trust him at all. Truth ain't good. Truth though. Yeah, that's what I say too. That was another reason why, because him and Young Pharaoh, man, they had a big dispute where Young Pharaoh was really getting on him, bro. I'm talking about he was getting on his top, and if you do your research on that video, he'll get into him. You feel me? And it got to the point where he actually allegedly, according to Young Pharaoh, he was threatening his baby mother, saying that if she didn't stop Young Pharaoh from teaching at that present moment, that he was going to unalive her and the rest of the family. You feel me? And so that's what made him go at him hard. See, you have to understand that when Young Pharaoh was talking, because they made you look at him like he's done lost his mind, right? When he said something, you think he's just tripping and he crazy. It's easy for you to dismiss it. They do that in every situation. And ain't nobody to sit there and take up for him because, despite the fact that he came through at a very young age and lit a spark in a black community or the so-called black community amongst the guys and goddesses, bro. You know, he's so-called crazy now, and we can't see past that. We can't see past that. We don't remember none of the things that he did. You feel me? So therefore, it's hard for us to believe that he was targeted, and that's why he is now. You feel me? Who was scamming the community? Cole say he was scamming the community. Who was scamming the community? Say, I believe he control opposition, whether he may or may not be. What do you say? Whether he may not be such absorb information, but always think for yourself. Stay open-minded. That's big facts, Paul. That's big fact. Foles say he was scamming the community. Who Cole? Who was scamming the community? When you say he, who you talking about? Young Pharaoh or him? Let me know something.
Amongst one another. And then some of you in the comments, oh, he's this, oh, he's that. Good. Follow the programming. Just keep.
No, but it's real. Yeah, I don't know. Some of y'all don't even know that the Army has a gas that makes people gay.
Yes. By the way, yes. Yeah. Let me. Boom. It's called the gay bomb. 1994, roughly, they came out with it as an experimental idea, where they said we're going to drop this bomb on our enemies, or pardon me, it was the 1990s, 1980s, specifically 1994. I got that mixed up with something else, to be factual. 1980s, roughly, they said this is an experimental concoction that if we want to drop it on our enemies, to where they will then, through these chemicals, want to have sexual relations with one another. They'll drop their weapons and then they'll start to become involved in homosexuality to one another. That's how you incapacitate your enemy. That way we can go and wholesale slaughter them while they're too busy being chemically distracted and controlled. That's a very real thing. It's called the gay bomb, right. U.S. government.
But instead they turned it into ecstasy.
Ecstasy also, yeah, in the military was called MDMA. Yeah. Heightened sexuality and all that. Come on, bro.
Right.
Come on. It's very, very, very real. They even have something called the halitosis bomb.
Give you bad breath. Make your breath stink?
Y'all go look it up for yourself.
Damn.
It's very real.
Damn, that'll cause depopulation for sure. Your breath is stuck. I can't do it.
It is crazy, man. Just the stuff they've come up with, I was like, wow.
You got a stinky moan. It's fucked up,
man.
You got a stinky moan.
You're crazy.
Righteously.
Oh man, you know what? Because I've heard a lot of dudes doing that, man. They like, yeah, that's how I'm getting back at the white man. It's like, all right, okay, all right. I mean, I hear you. It's right. Factually, I can. Okay, see, I don't want to say yes because I ain't. No. All right, don't do that. But it's just funny how dudes like, yeah, that's how we're gonna get back. It's like. Whatever, bro.
I mean, it's been happening.
Oh,
we didn't get the 40 acres. But Becky down to take a ride with the work. Becky to take the work.
I ain't even going near that one, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
I can.
We got the mule. We didn't get the 40 acres.
40 acres there.
You know what I'm saying? She hop on the highway, man. Just tell her. Man. Not too close. You know what I mean?
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
How do you deal with detractors? And I'm not talking about just people on the internet. I'm not talking about the comment section. One thing I notice a lot is somebody could stand up and go, hey, here's how we're all going to get out of this problem we're in. There's always one dude in the crowd who goes, who you? Mm-hmm. Who you? Why? Who put you in charge? Who said you was smart? You think you smart? Why you smart? Who you? Mm-hmm. There's always that guy. And there's a lot of them. And it almost feels like an insecurity towards intelligence.
Absolutely.
Like, you're not better than me just because you talking white. You're not anything to detract from.
I feel like it's just a masculine thing in that situation. You have to understand, bro, that it's always gonna be that energy there when there's two masculine people. When it's always gonna be a fight for the alpha spot. You feel me? And in situations where you can't balance that out, the energy in you out. It could be dangerous. And the reason I say that is because if you don't have a way to lead, and here it is that someone, he's more than able and has a plan in terms of leading, you should allow them to lead. Maybe your role is different. Maybe you are supposed to protect because you lead with your aggression, not with your mind. You see what I'm saying? So I feel like when we talk about a war, it's many roles that people play in it. You feel me?
Do you specifically deal with those people because they're everywhere and they seem to multiply? And you can't save everybody. Some people just ain't gonna make it.
True.
And I think they shout themselves out when they do stuff. How do you get past that?
That's big facts, man. So, yeah, it get crazy, y'all. Let's get into this, man. I want to jump into the next scene, one of these other clips that I got from them, man. If I'm not mistaken, he going to be tapping into extraterrestrial life, man. Like I say, I haven't really looked at any of these myself, but I will say this, I just feel like when it comes to him, man, he does touch. Anytime you're dealing with Matt Harper anyway, you're going to get that type of that conversation that you're looking for. The intellectually stimulating conversation that you want if you someone that looks for something that stimulates your mind. You feel me? So you most definitely dealing with that. You feel me? When you go over there. But let me see.
Hollywood is dead. We just need to let it die. Let it. We got enough. Like you said, talk up. I see what a brother is. Mentally, I see. That's why I said, I know exactly where you are. Because I have that same feeling. The only difference is I direct it to the enemy. And then I got to come back and say, now look. Damn, sit down.
Let me tell you what they did to you.
This is what is happening here. All right. Do you know about this? Do you know about 360 deals? Do you know about a death clause in your agreements?
Right.
You die, the label gets the money. Did you know that? Like what? A lot of them don't.
I know. I'm sure y'all
about that many times. Come on, bro. But again, it's just something that's repetition. We got to keep.
He'll turn me into the bad guy up here.
Oh, man, you still.
That's his favorite. That's his favorite thing to do is turn me into the bad guy. However, he'll start off every episode with, "How many demos did you throw away?" Oh, you know how long it took me to get him off of that, and then I had to turn it into, "Yo, shout out to this artist that I think is dope. Shout out to these guys and then he brings it back around." Mac, how many checks they giving you to say that these people don't?
You know what? It's that balance. You need that balance to make a show really, build, because that's
like Batman and Joker over there.
You need it, man.
The show has to be entertaining.
Solely entertainment. Right. I just got hit with the Jay-Z line of the situation.
Now, speaking of entertainment, how much of a role do you think our entertainers, our rappers, our actors play in kind of the detriment of our position?
Music and film and images control the cultural movement of a people and a nation. The image, the music, all of the moving images collectively with the music, the dress code, the fashion, all of it controls, it manipulates the mind of the people. As soon as they lock into it, you are writing on them what to do. It's a very deep subconscious thing. So that's why when children look at it, they see it, they start walking the same way, talking the same way, rapping the same way, carrying them Dracos the same way, putting them ski masks the same way. Because the dude who they look up to is doing that. He did that. He's making that much money. Dang. So in order for me to make that much money, I need to do that. It's very simple.
And see, that goes, I'm going to tell y'all something. That goes back, man, to what I was saying, man, when I tell y'all that when we talk about, these beings that's running this planet, bro, they're not connected to the planet in the way that they're able to manifest, okay? And so this is why they do what they do. They put televisions in your home so that you can create the magic for them, okay? Because you are the one that's connected to the planet and you are the only one that's able to manifest it. So we're going to feed their subconscious. We're going to feed your subconscious in order to make you do what it is that we want you to do. Goes back to what I said. Chase the bag. Chase the house. You see what I'm saying? Chase the American dream. Okay? And if you ain't over here, then you somewhere else where they highly program you to salat every day at a certain time when you hear a bell. You see what I'm saying? And my point to say that is that anywhere you go, you're going to be in some form of a programming. Because that's the way that the system is set up as a collective whole.
It operates as pictures. It's real simple. So the responsibility of the artist is, again, you're not doing it for yourself. You're not. You're not going to a whole packed out stadium to perform for you. They paid to see you, which means, they like you. Slip in some truth. Slip it in there. If that's what you need to do for now, because some people, they need to do they need to get back to being a field Negro and stop being a house nigga. Get out there for a minute. Shake it up for a second. See what happens. The people gonna love it. That's what they don't get. They gonna love. Oh, you already said. Oh, you see what she. The media may not. To hell with the media. To hell with them. The people are going to rock with you. As a matter of fact, you're going to sell more. You're going to pack out more stadiums, locations. People are going to be like, yo, did you see what you saw what brother did? Man, hey, I rock with him now. Because the people are actually waiting for you to say something that's real, substantive, because they're suffering. After they leave your concert, they're going back to the same reality that you know they're going to. You know they're going to that reality. They're going back to the hell that you gave them a piece from, just a quick, hour or two away from. They're going right back to it. If you say, you know what, shout out to all the single parents, mothers and fathers. Shout out to the married couples. Appreciate y'all. Y'all keep doing y'all thing. Shout out to the security companies and the security guards. Shout out to the barbers. Shout out to the nurses. Shout out to the truck drivers. Shout out to the truckers. Jay, you know how big, you know how huge. Do y'all get what I'm saying to you?
Truckers.
Do you hear what I'm saying to you?
Because they be on the audio crazy.
Bro.
Shout out to y'all, man.
That's
Shout out to y'all.
That's an army of people.
Yeah.
You start shouting out the people who think you ain't never seen them. You ain't seeing them. You give them a shout out, it makes them say, dang, that brother way up there got all that money and he see me. What does that do? It touches a person deep. You don't even realize sometimes how influential you are as an artist. You don't even think you're that important because probably somebody haven't told you lately.
Right.
Now, I ain't going to say that. I beg to differ. They do. They know how influential they are as artists. Why did they want to become artists, man? Now, when you talk about people who trying to grow inside of the YouTube world, inside of the Facebook world or the social media world, then that's acceptable for you to make that statement. But for the ones who have reached a celebrity level of like an all-star level, they're very aware of how how powerful their influence is, because they're introduced to it every day in terms of their branding when it comes to selling things to the people that follow them. Okay. So we talk about marketing wise. Why do you think they're able to get certain sponsorships? Because of their influence. Okay. That's what sells. They know that they are a walking brand. So to say that, is BS in my opinion. You feel me? It's BS in my opinion. And even the ones who ain't even on their level, who has not reached that level yet, still is consciously aware because along their journey in terms of building their wealth, so on and so forth, their brand and their influence is constantly placed in front of them in terms of the way, they can market products. So I feel like, no, we're not getting on here. We're not making no excuses for grown people because that's what's being did here. You feel me? They get inside of these entertainment industries and things like that, bro. And it's the same reason that they're willing to let go of their souls because they want the money. They value the money. You see what I'm saying? This is what they've been chasing their whole time. So when the opportunity is presented to them, they let it go. They let it go. So no, we ain't going for that, bro. We here for truth. That's it. That's all, bro. Don't come here trying to take up for nobody that's grown. That's how I feel.
How much they love you and thank you. But if you start doing things that have more substance and start really hitting people here where they can feel it, you'll see. Then that's when you become an artist. Mm-hmm. You become that. An artist is the most dangerous person on the planet.
Yeah.
The most dangerous. That's why they...
Hey, and you know what though, man? See, that's why I say, man, like, they let people just talk, bro. And they talk so good, bro, that people don't really listen to what they be saying, bro. And how it don't make sense because they well spoken. You feel me? It don't make sense.
Enemy is so heavily invested in making...
He says it's the same reason RZA converted to Islam. You hear me?
Sure, you controlled and contained. Just keep going over here. Don't. Stay over here. No, he's a radical. Don't. It's the black power dudes. Come over here. Stay over here. All them bean pies. Don't eat bean pies.
Corny. Yeah, that's corny. They're not relevant.
No, they do it. I've watched an artist literally get guided physically by somebody away from me. And the artist looked and pushed the person off and was like, hey, it's my guy. I didn't do it. I said, I can easily just grab you, but I'm not going to do that. Cool. Seriously, but that's how they're getting done.
Right.
They're getting blocked. You know, and they're being applauded for doing crazy stuff. But remember this, if you got to get high and drunk to do something, then that more than likely is not the thing you should be doing.
Word.
That's why you get high and drunk before you go ride on somebody. You get high and drunk before you stab somebody. You get high and drunk before you go and break into a store. That's what you got to lower your consciousness and your awareness.
That's a terrible way to start those things.
Y'all do me a favor, man. If I still have you and you on, whether you on YouTube or you on Facebook, man, y'all do me a favor. Pound that like button. Share it up, man. We fight with the algorithm over here. I believe that, you know, everything is a teachable lesson. Everything is a learnable lesson. So somebody out there needs to hear this information somewhere, man. So y'all do me a favor. Pound that like button. Also, man, share it up.
Just letting you know, man. I don't know if you got OGs in your hood,
That's a fact,
but
man.
that's no good, my guy.
That's a
That's
fact.
no good. Yeah.
That's a fact.
We should probably take a break.
Yeah, let's take a 5-minute break. All right, we back again. I've seen you speak on this topic a couple of times, and I wanted to get to see if I could get some more in-depth information on it. UFOs.
Haha. Yes, sir. We refer to them as the wheel, number one, baby planes, the smaller ones, 1,500 roughly of those. Now, I'm not the expert anywhere near on this. That would be Brother Elia Rashad Muhammad, also Brother Dimitri Muhammad, the Honorable Mrs. Farrakhan, and of course, Brother Dr. Wesley Muhammad. If anyone wants to get more in depth, please watch their lectures on it where they break down in detail. We really don't want to believe certain things, right? Real simple. The U.S. government has finally, just last year, admitted, yes, they exist. Yes, we've had documentation on them for a long time. We didn't want to let y'all know about it. All right, yes. Okay, yes,
Right.
yes, fine. Men in Black, Independence Day, all right. All right,
So
it's not too far-fetched.
Why though? That's my question. Why y'all want to keep it a secret? I mean, if this is something that you've been knew, imagine where we would be at now if we'd have been interacting with them. So for them to say that, man, bro, it's suspect. It's suspect, bro. It's just, I feel like a reason. I feel like they up to something. You know, that's the overlay for the underplay. They want to calm you over and make it seem like they really rocking with you. Whole time they not. You see what I'm saying? They trying to lead you or they trying to mislead you somewhere. And that's why they say, oh, well, we been had it. That's just like, you know, somebody, man, you know, who trying to trick you into doing something you ain't got no business doing. Well, I was been gonna do it, man, but you know, I ain't know if you was gonna do it or not, so I decided I wasn't gonna ask you. It's the overlay for the underplay, and that's what the government doing. They giving the overlay for the underplay. It's always that.
Entirely. I want people to look up something called the Battle of LA. A real situation that happened over 50 years ago. In LA, right off the coast of Playa del Rey, right past the.
My name on Facebook is I Am Awakened. It's I Am Awakened. It's not gonna be the same. You ain't gonna see the profile picture that I have over here. You gonna actually see my face. You can't miss it.
Down at the end of the 105 by the LAX airport, where they were shooting in the sky at a wheel-like object right off the beach coast, shooting at it. Couldn't hit it, trying to figure out what the hell that was. This actually happened in real life. You'll see old newspaper clippings and everything. It went through different parts of that coast, went all the way down through Signal Hill, Long Beach, and disappeared right off the coast of Long Beach. Now, that was over 50 years ago. Okay?
50 years ago.
Or 50 years ago.
Right. I was when Eisenhower was president or something.
Absolutely. You have presidents who said they were going to declassify the information on UFOs. Multiple individuals. Jimmy Carter was one of them, who said if he becomes president or, you know, in his presidential candidacy, he's going to do that. That would be one of the things he'll do. I think Nixon was also one, I believe. But for sure, Jimmy Carter. So they knew about it. Area 51 and all that. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they been knew about it, man. Let's not be silly. They been knew about it, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, Area 51, they ain't even allowing you nowhere near the gate. Like, let's be for real. What is it that you trying to have? What is it that you, like, you shouldn't be able to have nothing when, you know, supposedly the American people pay taxes. So the land that you trying to have something on is funded by the American people. So why are you trying to have it? People, see, this is what I be saying, bro. When you understand, bro, how much you run the show, then you can demand shit. You see what I'm saying? Why are you trying to have something? We pay taxes for this, but that's something that has to be done as a collective whole. There are no secrets, okay? Because any military group, any CIA agent, any whatever, we fund you, okay? We fund you. So why are you keeping secrets from the people who are actually funding you? Ask yourself that. See, it comes a time where we can't blame people for us, remaining in that slumber. We have to blame ourselves because we don't see things for what they are. We don't realize how control we are, how much of control we got. You feel me? That's facts. Man, that's a part of you stepping into your power, taking your power back. You feel me? Understanding like we run the show. I pay your bills. I front your operation. So therefore, there should be no secrets that we don't know about. If we ask the question, you need to make that public. It don't make sense.
Sure. Even Obama opened his mouth and he said, I think I'm the first president to admit that Area 51 actually exists.
It is.
I guess he slipped up and said it at a dinner.
It's the impression that I'm laughing
It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Bro, so it exists. It's just the narrative or the classic story isn't what it is.
Pound that like button. Pound that like button. Share it up.
Right, how they said tall green men, big heads, big eyes, blah, blah, blah. Same thing they say about the pyramids, right? They want to take everything away from the original people that create things. If I were to say, well, the people who control those things look like us, some of us will believe it. Some will be like, I knew it right now. Somebody's going to say it right now.
I'm one of them.
Right?
I'm one of them. Yeah.
Because, realistically, we are the original architects. We are capable of doing said things.
Right.
So don't devalue yourself. That's my point. If we can create all kinds of different forms of technology, which we have, then it is possible. So that's something I think people should do more research on because they do exist. We call it the mother wheel. It's not on no spooky conspiracy theorist type stuff. I'm very specific about.
So when he talks about the mother wheel, he's talking about the teaching of the prophet, of the Elijah, of the honorable Elijah Muhammad. Okay, because he spoke on a lot of things that I spoke on. He taught about ancient aliens and the wheel that hovers over the planet, which is the mothership, so on and so forth, bro. So I keep telling y'all, bro, in the history, it tells that, history tells that this planet has been seeded, which is another live that we're going to be doing after me and the God. Why not actually link up and we chop it up on, how it is that you can get your power back. Okay, so make sure you don't miss that live, all right? Because, what you think is impossible is most definitely impossible. Okay? So you most definitely want to be linking with me and the guy, why not, at 7 p.m. Eastern time, October 29th, man. I had to plug that in there real fast, right? But yeah, I'm hoping that, I can link with somebody else, man, and we're gonna most definitely get into some other things. You feel me? I just lost my track of man, y'all, but yeah, we're gonna get into some other things as well.
What I'm saying, half a mile by half a mile. The Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad was arrested and they took the original drawings of it that we believe God taught.
Oh, my bad. Now we back. Yeah, that's one thing that I'm hoping to get up on, man. I got another one of the gods, man. I've been checking them out, man. So, like I said, if our energies align, then we're going to most definitely be linking up and we'll be discussing how, hopefully the topic will be along the lines of how ancient aliens actually help seeded the planet, okay? And the role that they play in the creation as well.
Him about that specific contraption in the sky, a human-built city, is what we believe. Then the Bible talks about it. Ezekiel 3:17, in different parts of the Bible talks about it. Different historical books talk about it, and a whole lot of documentaries talk about it. Over 40 other countries have exposed and have released their documents saying, yes, we saw them here. Yes, we saw them over here. Yes, these people, all of them have different accounts of seeing boom, boom, boom. I've seen, not to be funny with y'all, literally, okay, now, these are prescription, all right?
Right.
But I'm not that bad. My eyesight's not too bad. I have seen with my own two eyes, bro, in the sky, and I said, okay, I know I'm not tripping. And the way they move was very interesting to me because they move in a way that no modern built contraption can move.
Where was this at?
Okay, so look, recently, man, we talk about what, these orbs of light, these small orbs of light that hovered over the White House. Okay. What he's talking about has been seen here, man. It was another clip of a light that happened. If I'm not mistaken, I think it was in Jerusalem as well. It was an orb of light that hovered over it and it shot off, and they called it, they wanted to say it was angels. It's funny to me how when we talk about religious group of people, man, when it comes to associating something with something that was, or a town that was in biblical context, it's easy for them to say it was an angel. But if it's somewhere else, they want to say it's not an angel, it's demons. Just thought I'd put that out there. But yeah, what was we at? I can't. I'm lost, y'all.
Expose and have released their documents saying, yes, we saw them here. Yes, we saw them over here. Yes, these people, all of them have different accounts of seeing boom, boom, boom. I've seen, not to be funny with y'all, literally, okay, now, these are prescription.
Okay, we talking about the orb of light. That's what we was. All right. Yeah, but these orb of lights, they've been coming. I told y'all the portal first opened. It was a portal that first opened over the planet in about 1952, and that's when these beings actually came through. If I'm not mistaken, I think it was President Nixon that was in around that time, and these aliens who are part of the Ashtar Command, it was another group of aliens here as well. They came through and they basically asked that he put his weapons down so that they can, basically communicate. They wanted to talk to him. They wanted to offer them some basically technology so that they could experiment on the people. One, we had the Greys here, and the Greys was trying to figure out how it is that they could begin to repopulate amongst themselves again. You feel me? So that's the main reason that they wanted to take people and started to experiment on them. Now, it does get a little deeper when it comes to the Greys, right? Which I'm not going to get into right now, but I will say this, man. They talk about the Greys even being us from the future when we talk about the etheric beings, and this is why they don't want to experiment on us. They want to experiment on the 6 ether beings, okay? But yeah, it gets deep. These beings have been on our planet for a long time, and history tells us that they play a part in seeding the planet in terms of, now when I say seeding, I mean actually partaking in when the Most High say be fruitful and multiply, they was a part of that fruitfulness that multiplied upon the planet.
All right. But I'm not that bad. My eyes is not too bad. I have seen with my own 2 eyes, bro, in the sky, and I said, okay, I know I'm not tripping. And the way they move was very interesting to me because they move in a way that no modern built contraption can move.
Where was this at?
Forward, backward. Last time I saw was at 10-10-15. It was at the 20th year anniversary of the Minuteman March in Washington, D.C. 2015. I was on the steps of the Capitol looking at the ocean of over 400,000 people.
Facts.
Right
you hit it on the head, Trinity.
Clear as day, bro. I said, all right, I know I'm not tripping. Because I was on post, so I'm supposed to be, you got to be on post and watch it. I looked, I was like, I know I'm not tripping. Woo, woo, woo. I said, all right, no, not a drone. All right, like, let's get this clear. I knew exactly what I was seeing. And it wasn't the first time, and it wasn't the last. So again, it just depends on how strong your intelligence is, how strong your belief of a possibility is. So I'm not saying, you just got to believe it. No, don't just take my word for it. Again, go do your research on everything I'm saying, and you look at it. But it's not the classical story that they told us. Little green men, tall green men. Okay, come on. Right. It's a little closer to home, I would say, than that.
Right.
What do you say in reference to people saying that we're living in a simulation?
I do feel the same way, I feel what he's saying. He's saying, see, you have to understand, they want you to believe that we looking for green aliens because that is a part of the illusion. That's what holds the illusion together. Let us make them think that aliens are green little people. Therefore, they look right past the people that's in their face. That's how they're able to hide things in plain sight. You feel me? It's part of the illusion. Now, he who has eyes see clearly. If we make them think that they look a certain way, then when people are walking past them that look just like them, then they won't know that they're extraterrestrials or they're interterrestrials. Not to say that they ain't ones that don't look the other way, but I want y'all to understand this, man. You have to know that when we talk about, these beings that's on the planet, bro, they look just like you. Some of them look just like you. They look just like you. Some of them may look just like you with a big ass head. When we talk about the Yakub's mother, she had a cone head. They gave you a depiction of that in the movies. How many things have we learned from the movies? How many things have came to fruition that was actually in the movies? That is why it's so important for us to pay attention to what is being done in the movies. I don't subscribe to overdoing anything when we know that it is such thing as frequency warp. And we know that through frequency you can heal. So what? Imagine what else can be done through frequency. How do we know through frequency you can heal? Because we know about sound healing. You see what I'm saying? So, I mean, like, y'all better start waking up to be aware to be alive, man. And I'd rather be safe than sorry. So you can call me what you want, man. I'm taking heed to everything, man. But let's get back to the event, man. Like I say, man, we're going to be promoting this on all platforms. All platforms, y'all. So y'all make sure y'all in tune with this event coming up with the God Why Not, man. And Why Not is an acronym for You Need Only Truth, man. Okay? And like I said in the trailer, man, his main he teaches all about divine the knowledge, knowing divine knowledge of self, okay? That's what he teaches about. Basically the same thing we teach over here. He teaches about advanced meditation, okay? And he also teaches about self-healing but his expertise is also in telekinesis because he himself can move things, as you can see in the trailer. Let me see if I can get that trailer back up here. All of the mental powers, the most. Y'all make sure y'all looking for this, man. It's going to be on his platforms. It's going to be on my platforms as well. So if you're familiar with him and you follow him, then you will be able to see the trailer. And you most definitely want to, when those notifications come out, man, you most definitely want to click it because this is something you ain't going to want to miss. You want to be notified from the beginning to the end. All of the mental powers, the most powerful and the most effective one is telekinesis, better known as psychokinesis. Telekinesis involves using your mind to affect physical objects. Nowadays, it's composed of your mind's ability to have an effect on time, space, energy, and matter without any recognizable physical means. Telekinesis is definitely an exceptional ability. It's so mysterious, you might be wondering if something like this could even really be done. You might even ask yourself if this is a skill that could be mastered. But ask no more. October 29th, I want you to join me and Chief Why Not of the Chief Why Not tribe. Why Not being the acronym for You Need Only Truth. He's a teacher of many things, but his main curriculum is divine knowledge of self, advanced meditation, mental healing, and telekinesis. So don't forget to hit that post notification icon so that you will be notified when we go live. And peace to the gods and goddesses. Ashay.
Yeah, I'm about to expose every lie they done told, like how they trafficking kids and why they ain't got a soul. They feeding off our energy, trying to destroy the globe. They got weather control, they even making it snow. We can't run from it, gotta grab it by the antler.
His name is Chief Why Not of the Why Not tribe, okay? Why Not is an acronym for You Need Only Truth, okay? And he most definitely going to be over here next Sunday at 7 p.m., which is October 29th, man. You don't want to miss it, man. We most definitely finna be promoting that everywhere, man. And I'm going to give it a week and a half. That way, everybody has enough time to get the notifications from Facebook. Because we know how Facebook is. They like to play with sending the notifications out. Y'all come out and support, man. We're going to need all the guys and goddesses in the building, man. I feel like he is a prime example in terms of, the capabilities that we have if we actually tap in, do the meditation work, and, really know that it's possible to do these things. Okay? And this is something that you don't want to miss. I feel like, he most definitely has the man state of one of the gods. Okay? Even from, the communication from a communication standpoint. So it gets beyond this, y'all. It most definitely. Let's run that back one more time, bro, because it's dope. Out of all of the mental powers, the most powerful and the most effective one is telekinesis, better known as psychokinesis. Telekinesis involves using your mind to affect physical objects. Nowadays, it's composed of your mind's ability to have an effect on time, space, energy, and matter without any recognizable physical means. Telekinesis is definitely an exceptional ability. It's so mysterious, you might be wondering if something like this could even really be done. You might even ask yourself if this is a skill that could be mastered. But ask no more. October 29th, I want you to join me and Chief Why Not of the Chief Why Not tribe. Why Not being the acronym for You Need Only Truth. He's a teacher of many things, but his main curriculum is divine knowledge of self, advanced meditation, mental healing, and telekinesis. So don't forget to hit that post notification icon so that you will be notified when we go live. And peace to the gods and goddesses. Ashay.
Yeah, I'm about to expose every lie they done told, like how they trafficking kids and why they ain't got a soul. They feeding off our energy, trying to destroy the globe. They got weather control, they even making it snow. We can't run from it, gotta grab it by the antler.
Y'all don't want to miss this, man. Time to get your power back, whether you believe it or not, man. You know, just in the couple, I want to say maybe the week or so that me and this guy been tapped in, man. I've learned a lot. Okay, you know, I'm the type of person, man, I go research anyway. So with that being said, you know, it's a lot we can learn from when we learn how to be empathetic with certain objects, and we learn how to, you know, connect ourselves, you know, with these objects. I believe that it's very possible. I know it's very possible to move these objects, man. So yeah, you don't want to miss this, y'all. I'm telling y'all, it's one y'all don't want to miss. Cole say, you need to deal with a major station, bro. That take was on point. You did that, family. Thanks, God. You feel me? But yeah, you know, it's just, you know, we need to tap in, y'all, because I'm telling you, man, everything that we've been taught, man, is nothing more than a lie, bro. You are special, and I keep telling you, for the Nan guys out there, and when I say the Nan guys, I mean the Nan ethers, man. The Nan ether beings, man. You have to understand, bro, that the reason they chose to change your history, the reason they took it away from you, the reason they whitewashed everything is because for you to find out who it is that you are, man, it's going to be real destructive. It's going to be real destructive, okay? And I will say this, man, we can't go around hating the people that we think had partook in this because they look a certain way. You know, we need to understand that these beings they some different looking mother, you hear me? And these species are the ones who got you eating meat in your food. I'm talking about human meat in your food on a day-to-day basis. You hear me? They want to block the sun out. Let he who has eyes see clearly, bro. Who does that? Ask who we dealing with. You feel me? Trisha Boyer say, I believe that there is so much we can do if we tune ourselves in. Yeah. Tune ourselves in. That's facts. It is. And you know what? It's a key point, bro. Once you can connect with an object, okay, that's the key point. Connect. That's what we have lost, y'all. We have lost our connection to the planet. We have lost our connection to the elements. You see what I'm saying? To the water, the fire, earth, the wind. And that's when you get into aerokinetics, okay? That's what we're going to be discussing as well. You feel me? We're going to be talking about aerokinetics, psychokinesis, and telekinesis, but because these are three different things, which, you know, he's well versed in certain things too, so we'll be talking about that as well. But I'm just saying, these are all the elements that we are supposed to have control over. We are supposed to have dominion over the planet because we evolved with the planet. Being the most intelligent species on the planet, we should have dominion over it. Okay? Which means that we're supposed to be able to summon the wind. And if you don't believe what I'm saying, let me know. But I mean, drop them nads if you agree. You're supposed to be able to summon the wind. It's by no coincidence that we see the shamans in Africa sitting in the fire. See, you have to understand the difference is that they were taught to be one with the element rather than to be afraid of it. And that is why they can connect with it. Okay? So, I mean, we have to understand that at this point, nothing is so too far-fetched. Okay? And with that being said, man, y'all make sure y'all get over to YouTube now. Follow me on YouTube at I Am Awakened. And also don't forget to follow me on Instagram at I Am Awakened_chosen one, man. We most definitely finna be cutting up. And if you want to see a lot of me and Why Not together, man, you better come over to Instagram because that's where it's at. Y'all get over there and follow me right now. If you want to see me and Why Not the God together, man, you know, you make sure you get over to Instagram because we most definitely be doing a lot of building. I like it over there. I feel like the atmosphere is great for building over there, all right? And with that being said, man, I just want to leave y'all as I came. I want you guys to always be aware because to be aware is to be alive. And as always, peace, family. Peace meaning positive energy always creates elevation. Ashe.